Good evening, dear students. Last day we studied Brutus imploring the citizens to wait there and listen to Antony's speech. Brutus had already given Mark Antony the permission to do Caesar's funeral speech. And let's continue now. First citizen, stay who and let us hear Mark Antony. Wait here and let us listen to the words of Mark Antony's speech. Third citizen, let him go up into the public chair. We will hear him. Noble Antony, go up. Let Antony go up into the public chair, into the public platform, to the pulpit to speak. Let Antony go to the pulpit to speak, and we all will hear him. Noble Antony, please go to the public chair and speak. Antony, for Brutus' sake I am beholding to you. For Brutus' sake, on behalf of Brutus, due to the permission given by Brutus, I am obliged to you. I am obliged to you due to the permission given by Brutus to speak here. And he goes up into the pulpit. Fourth citizen, what does he say of Brutus? We have already seen that Brutus has already conjured them to his ways. And citizens are favoring him, favoring Brutus. And Brutus asked them many questions about, like that, whether the citizens wanted to live as slaves under Caesar's rule and such, or Caesar to be killed and citizens to live in freedom. And now all the citizens have already applauded Brutus for considering the Caesar's murder as a noble activity, a noble act. And so now they are applauding Brutus. So they won't tolerate anything spoken against Brutus. So fourth citizen comments here, what does he say of Brutus? Third citizen, he says for Brutus' sake, he says on behalf of Brutus, he finds himself beholding to us all. He finds himself grateful to us all for giving him this opportunity to speak in Caesar's funeral, to Caesar's funeral speech, to deliver Caesar's funeral speech. Then, fourth citizen, it were best he speak no harm of Brutus here. Better he would not speak any harm towards Brutus. Better that he would not speak anything wrong about Brutus. We all know that all the citizens are on Brutus' side now. They cannot tolerate anything spoken against Brutus. First citizen, the Caesar was a tyrant. Third citizen, nay, that's certain. Yes, is sure. We are blessed that Rome is rid of him. We are blessed that Caesar has been killed. It is good for us that Caesar has been killed. Second citizen, peace. Let's hear what Antony can say. Let's listen to Antony's words. All of you, please be silent. Let's listen to Antony's speech. Antony, you gentle Romans, citizens, so, be silent. Let's hear him. Let's hear Antony. Antony. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Antony starts his speech by addressing the Roman people. Friends, Romans, countrymen. Friends, Romans, and countrymen, my dear countrymen, my dear Romans, my dear people of Rome. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Give your ear to me. Listen to me. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. I come to bury Caesar for his funeral. I have come here for Caesar's funeral, to bury Caesar and not to praise Caesar. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The evil that men do, the evil that people do, lives after them. The evil lives after people. The evil that men do lives after their death. And because people forget, people never forget the evils that people do even after their death. People never forget the evils that men do even after their death. The evils that men do lives after them. The people who live, they never forget the evils committed by the people who are dead. The good is often interred with their bones, but they forget the good things that those men have done. People generally remember the evils that men do even after this man's death. And the good things that these men have done are often forgotten. It is interred with their bones, buried with their bones. So let it be with Caesar too. It means that you all might have forgotten the good things that people have done, that Caesar has done. You all might have forgotten the good things that Caesar has done. But you remember the wrong things that Caesar has committed. You all remember the wrong things Caesar committed, and you all have forgotten the good things that Caesar has done. The noble Brutus has told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault. Noble Brutus has told you that Caesar was ambitious. Caesar wanted to grow. Caesar was ambitious. Caesar wanted to capture more and more. Caesar was centered in his personal growth. Caesar was ambitious. Noble Brutus has told you that Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, if Caesar had done so, if Caesar had been so, it was a grievous mistake. It was a serious mistake. And grievously has Caesar answered it. Caesar had to pay its price. So since Caesar was ambitious, he had to pay the price. It means he was murdered. It was at the cost of his life. He had to pay heavy price for that. Caesar is murdered. And grievously Caesar has answered it. Here, under the leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Here, under the leave of Brutus, I do this speech. Caesar was, for Brutus is an honorable man, and so are they all. And Brutus is an honorable man, and all those who are in his group, all the members of that conspiracy, all the members who are with Brutus, all the members who are with Brutus to murder Caesar, and all those people are honorable men. Brutus and all his confederates, all his friends are honorable men. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. So with Brutus' permission, I have come here to speak in Caesar's funeral. Brutus has permitted me to speak in Caesar's funeral, to deliver the funeral speech of Caesar. He was my friend, faithful just to me. He was my friend. Caesar was my friend, faithful and just to me. He was faithful to me. And he was just to me. Just to me means impartial, dispensing justice. So he was just to me. He was good to me. He was faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious. But Brutus says that Caesar was ambitious. According to me, Caesar was my good friend, and Caesar was faithful, and Caesar was just. Caesar was just. Caesar was right. Caesar dispensed justice. But Brutus says Caesar was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. Brutus says he was an honorable man. Brutus, he himself was an honorable man. He is an honorable man. He has brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransom did the general coffers fill. Caesar has brought many captives. Caesar conquered. Caesar did many conquests. Caesar conquered many areas, many kingdoms. He did many conquests. And with that wealth, he filled the Roman coffers, the Roman treasury. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? Was Caesar ambitious to do so? Was Caesar ambitious? He filled the Roman treasury with the conquered wealth. He did not use it for his personal gains. In this, did Caesar prove ambitious? When that poor have cried, Caesar has wept. Ambition should be made the sternest stuff. When the poor people of Rome cried, Caesar wept. Caesar cried with them. When the poor people of Rome was in misery, when the poor people of Rome were in misery, Caesar wept. And did he prove ambitious in this? Because an ambitious man should be made sterner in that case. It doesn't find, an ambitious person doesn't like his people to become rich. An ambitious person doesn't like his people to be rich, but he likes himself to be rich. He likes himself to be wealthy. But when the poor people of Rome were in misery, Caesar wept. Did Caesar prove himself ambitious in this? Thank you, dear students. We will continue in the next class.